Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try something a little bit new and different. So you're going to go into Schoology, go into our class, and going to go down to Onshape Basics. There is a thing here for creating the 206-6-38 slide, and we're going to go all the way from creating the part at the beginning all the way to the end, and even to the point of making the PDF file of it. Okay? Alright, so you ready? So when we click on this part right here, it tells you go to Onshape, go, I'm supposed to say go to classes. I'll change that, and then go to this thing here. So I think you can click on this right here, and it should take you directly to the assignment list within the classes. So that gets you there. This one will be 206-6-38 slide, and you should click on that to get it started. Mine, I can't do it because I'm the instructor. I can't do it that way. So I'm just gonna. It should take you to the part where you create this. You click on that and you're going to click. So I'm going to click create and get to the document, and it's going to be 206-6-38, and it is a slide. Once again, mine's just a little bit different. Okay, we're now at a blank screen. There's a couple things we've already learned a little bit, or a blank page drawing area. We're going to do a couple of things. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the top. So I'm going to hide the top, and I'm going to hide the right side so I can just create a new sketch here. And when I look at this slide right here, this is what I'm looking at. We see that this is 2.12 square by 3.75, and these are the slots. Now this is the way I think it's going to work best for us. So we will try to do this now. All right, 2.12 minus 3.75. All right, let me try this. I'm going to go to this. Actually, what I'm going to do here is to make this a little easier, I'm going to actually show the right and turn off the front, because we'll draw it from the right side. And click there and click new sketch. And from there we can right click on that and click view to normal, and it switches there. So there's a couple things we can do. We could try a couple different ways. Let's just go ahead and do this. I'm going to click that. Click a square or a rectangle and draw the rectangle in here about like that. And I'm going to put in that, so I want it to be 2.12 this way, hit enter, and 2.12 this way and hit enter. And once I'm done that, I'm going to finish that sketch. Click that right there, and then I'm going to click extrude this 3.75. And just to make it easy, oops, I'm going to change that right there, 3.75. Alright, I'm going to change it so it goes back the other way. Okay, so that keeps us on that surface. So I'll finish that sketch right there. Now, I'm going to click that. It's doing something weird there. I don't like what it's doing. I'm going to do this isometric thing, gets it turned a little bit better. Remember, those are the 30-degree angles. I'll now right-click on that and click hide on that, so I get rid of this, and I've just got this part. So now I can just work on the part. At this point, I'm going to come in here. I think I'm going to try something. I haven't done this yet, so this is new for me. So I'm going to create a new sketch right here on this plane, and I'll click view normal to again. And I'm going to create a rectangle here. And we're going to look at that to make sure. So that rectangle is 0.38 deep by 0.5 wide. So I'm going to change this to so I'll dimension this. And I'm going to put a dimension on that line right there, and that is 0.38. Enter, and this way is 0.5. I think that's going to work, and they should be able to do a midpoint. Let's see, let's do a coincident constraint. Try that. Coincident constraint. No, I want to get the midpoint, so I'm going to get a midpoint of that line to a midpoint of this line. Shift M. Was it Shift M? Alright. Well, this is interesting. Learning how to do this. Alright, so I'm going to do a coincident constraint here. And right now I'll do this line to this line. Well, I thought that was going to work. Coincident. There it is. Alright, and now I'll go ahead and put a dimension, and the dimension here, if I did the math out, it's going to be point from there to there is going to be 0.81. Alright, so that puts that in the right spot. I can do the same thing over here. I think I can try doing this. I'll try putting one in here like this. I'll do a coincident constraint between this line and this line. I can also make things a little easy. I'll do a horizontal constraint between this one and this one. I'll do a horizontal constraint between this one and this one. Maybe that doesn't work. It does in AutoCAD, so maybe. So it's just horizontally constraining them. So got some stuff I got to learn. So I'll say that these two can I say that these are equal to one another? They're equal. And that should work there. To say they're horizontal between this point and maybe this point. That did it. And I can put a dimension on here, and I'm going to make this one 0.38 also. Alright, so I'll finish that sketch. I'm going to click back here so it goes sideways. And then those are hard to see, but they're there. And if I click extrude, I think I can click this one and this one. It does them at the same time. I'm going to change this to remove, and I'm going to change the from blind here to go through all. So that's the whole thing, and it cuts that out. So now we're good. We got 206-6838 slide. That's our part, right? So at this point, we're ready to move on to creating the drawing. So to create the drawing, you right-click on it. You're going to click Create Drawing for this part. We're going to make it real simple right off the bat. We're just going to use 4 views for now. We're going to have it come in and see what it does. It creates a drawing for you so that all the views are placed correctly, orthographically. And that's what we need to do there. So there's a few things we want to do in here. Is we're going to come over here, and this is how you change your dimension styles. When we do that, we're going to change this style right here. We want to change the precision from 3 decimal places to 2 decimal places. We will use 3 decimal places in a bunch of different places when we're throughout the year, but right now we're just going to do 2 decimal places because 2 decimal places ends up making a part cheaper. The more decimal places you have, the more expensive the part is. Okay, so there's some things here when I look at this I think it's missing. I'm going to change right here. I'm going to right click on this, and there was a thing where I think it was view properties where that was not it. So I want to right click, order switch to just view. Oh, I want to show and hide. I want to show my hidden lines because whenever you have hidden lines, it's a good idea to show them. They don't always, it's not always the greatest thing, but in this it tells us about the depth and that they are, this part and that part are the same. So you can see that that goes all the way through. It does nothing but help people view what's going on. So I'm going to do my overall length of my part there. I'm going to go ahead and do the overall width here because sometimes that's easier for everyone. I might do right here, I'll do the overall height, and I'll go from here down to here. I'll click those 2 lines and put that there. So I got my overall height, overall length, and overall width. Then we'll come down here and we'll start figuring these things out. And I'm going to do a dimension on this part right here. That's 0.81. I'll put that there, and I'll do another one that goes from here to here, and that's 0.5. I also need to do one that goes from this line to this line and put that right up about here. So that's 0.38. That's typically what we got going on. At this point, right, I'm going to go ahead and close this thing. You close this by clicking on that box. I'm going to click the middle one of these things here in my dimensions. I want to turn my dimensions off, so I'll hit escape on the keyboard. And I'm going to double click this right here because I want to change that right there. I want to put in this is the slide. So we're going to turn on our cap lock. Make sure your cap lock's on and you type in the word slide. That is the part. That's exactly what's going on there, and usually you would put that up in the top. So let's see if we can change that to slide. Still learning this stuff, so it's bizarre. And delete that one. Delete. That's fine. It's in the middle where we want it. This is the part where I'm going to put in my part number. So the drawing number would usually go there. So I'm going to move that there because I can. We're not going to use weight. So, and this is 206-6-38. That's our part number. We'll check that right there. It should have your name right here already, and it should have the date that you drew it on there. It tells us that the scale is half scale, and this is on an A-size sheet of paper. So this is just a regular 8.5 by 11 piece of paper with a title block on it. So this is creating a title block. It is actually one of the competencies that you have to do that, but we'll see. If you double click your mouse wheel, it zooms to the extent of your part, which is good. And then there's a thing going to be up here. I think that when you want to finish this, when you go to click print, it's going to tell you there's something wrong with trying to create a print, and you have to click this little box that's going to be up here. Mine's already gone. I figured out how to do it, and I couldn't figure out how to get it back, but it allows you to create the print from here. In this case, we're not going to print it for anywhere other than click print here. And in this case, you're going to pick on save as a PDF. So you're going to save this as a PDF file because this is what you would put in your digital portfolio. But we'll get to that later on. So click save. It creates the PDF. Save it wherever you're saving your things. So it should be like in your drawings there and there. And always save it as the part number 206-6-38. And it's a good idea to give it what it's called there. So we can call it that slide. And I might even right now, I might just do OS so I know that's an Onshape OS. At least for now, alright? I might change that later on. Click save, and I got that beautiful part done. Alright? Took me about 11 minutes to get that stuff done, but you should be okay to do that as much as you need to.